Change radio. Ayo wakabata. Ramba oje pula ngoma. Change radio nepenyure vanhu. Ndokwa tinodzinzwa nawo dzacho. Kuchiridzwa DJ Proof ndati wedzere mawazi. DJ Proof vaudze munhu wese kundovhota. Ngapinde mukomana, ngapinde chamisa. Uyo achinge apinda corruption ichapera. We need to change, we want to grow. New Zimbabwe, new beginning. Change radio nepenyure vanhu. Ndokwa tinodzinzwa nawo dzacho. Kuchiridzwa mimanzi yacho. DJ Proof ndati wedzera mawazi. Vari kufamba vachitaura anzi change radio tenema. Vanoshambadza zvekunyema. Asi vanenge vachiisa kufumurwa. Upenyu hwakanaka tese tinohuda. Nyika yedu yakazara uchinye mukaka. Ngatipeiwe chidiki uyu kana. Ramangwana redu kuti rive rakajeka. Change radio nepenyure vanhu. Ndokwa tinodzinzwa nawo dzacho. Kuchiridzwa mimanzi yacho. DJ Proof ndati wedzera mawazi. DJ Proof vaudze munhu wese kundovhota. Ngapinde mukomana, ngapinde chamisa. Achinge apinda corruption ichapera. We need to change, we want to grow. New Zimbabwe, new beginning. Change radio nepenyure vanhu. Ndokwa tinodzinzwa nawo dzacho. Kuchiridzwa mimanzi yacho. DJ Proof ndati wedzere mawazi.
Good evening, good morning to good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are. This is Change Radio. Again, we are meeting on the Sunday, the same time, as always, on our program in Change Radio News Review, and we are broadcasting live on Change Radio. Please comment, subscribe to our channel. For today, we are moving again with Mambo Social Chief. Sangana ni watere. Chief, are you there? So I think Chief, we are waiting for Chief to come back. As we are waiting for Chief to come back, let me just say, obviously, you're welcome for those who are just joining us on Change Radio News Review. Every Sunday at 9 o'clock, we are giving you this, what has been happening in the country, what is happening in our neighboring countries, give you live news, and diluted news. Chief, are you there?
Yes, DJ.
Okay, thank you so much. You can meet the listeners and viewers.
Aiwa. Makadi muri Zimbabwe yakateerera. Thank you so much for joining. Kuno DJ zvakaoma. Mwana airoorwa kuno kune zuro ranga ririroora day. Saka unongozviwa zvinoitika paroora day. Mkomboto wanga uripo 7 days yange iripo, skindo yange iripo, ukuti chitora mari futi.
manje lando kunobviswa anonzi matekenya ndebvu. Manje ndebvu dzacho dziri kupiko mudhara dzachitekenywa dzacho
idzodzi takasika kuti takasiya shoma kuti zvivanetsa zvivanetsi kuti vanozvitekenya sei taibva takati aizongoti chitipai mari.
What do you think? No, thank you very much. Can you meet the viewers and listeners, please?
Aiwa, no, tinokuchingamidzai, tinovachingamidza kwese kwamuri. Let's share this the video with as many people as possible so that we can have this discussion. I know there are a lot of things that were happening this weekend and this week as well. So yeah, we'll look into all that. I can't wait to comment about Mnangagwa's embarrassing moments in Russia.
Definitely, it's one of our topic. I think we just want to dig deep into that. For our viewers and listeners, of those ones who can comment in all our channels, all platforms that we are live on Change Radio, YouTube, and Facebook channels. We are live on and my Pomadzores YouTube channel. We are also yeah, we are also live. I think we are also live on our radio and also on our expect. So those one who are able to comment, can you comment? Give us your views about that. Obviously, we're talking about the embarrassing moment that Emerson Mnangagwa did in Russia. Obviously, he went there. You know, Chief. People are saying, how can a man, a head of state, going out in a foreign country, west for that matter, you know, not in the same, not in the continent, in another continent, to go and gossip or to speak of another country, more so asking for military assistance, because I don't know if it is because of jealousy or it's because of fear, because he was asking that in the pretext that why United States is based in, I know he has got, you know, uh, 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 army in Zambia. But he did not only stop there. He started speaking about the issue of, financial support, security support of not only Zambia, but he also included Malawi into that issue. I don't know what can you say, Chief, about that.
Yeah, I know it was an embarrassing moment to hear a president use such language, especially to a neighbor and a good neighbor for that matter. That's very unusual. I'm sure he is embarrassed. The Zimbabwean government is embarrassed, and instead of writing the nasty comments that Nick Mangwana and many others are writing, they should actually be trying to do damage control, because it's very unprecedented. In fact, he has, you know, triggered a foreign policy crisis to the people of Zimbabwe against Zambia, because what he's literally saying is he is, or he wants to go after Zambia. It can't be in defense, because Zambia has not indicated in any way that they will attack ZANU-PF or they will attack Zimbabwe. So if I were Zambia or the people of Zambia, and indeed the president of Zambia, I'll be very, very worried. I'll be very, very worried if I hear another president speak like that. I should be, even, scared to be in Zimbabwe. So I don't think DJ Prof that Hichilema is going to come and attend the SADC summit. If I were him, I would not even consider coming to Zimbabwe, because how does he guarantee his safety? I don't even think he should feel safe. And the people of Zambia should not allow their president to come to Zimbabwe, because ED's intentions are very clear. It's possible that he can even assassinate Hichilema. I know people will be saying we are sensationalizing this, But that's what it means. That's the sum total of what ED is trying to do, telling the Russians that they need to come in because Hichilema is too close to the Americans, is too close to the West, and is trying to constrict the influence of Russia into Zimbabwe and, of course, consequently into Southern Africa. So let's deal with this person, help us to deal with this person. That is what he was literally saying. So there is every reason, DJ Prof, for Hichilema and Zambia and the Zambian government to be very worried. And I think they must consider pulling out of that infamous SADC summit in Zimbabwe. I don't know, DJ, you're speaking, but I can't hear you. Is it me?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Oh, so yeah, so I was saying that. Thank you, Chief, for reminding me. I think I was on mute there. I'm saying, yeah, that's actually a very dangerous statement that obviously Emerson Mnangagwa has said in Russia, and obviously I can also agree with you that I think the people of Zambia, they must at least they must be able to safeguard the life of their president. We are saying this because obviously you know what is happening between Russia and America, and only God knows why Emerson Mnangagwa is to speak about Zambia and Americans being in Zambia, because I think he was trying to ignite something. The thing that boggles anyone's mind now is that every time Mnangagwa or ZANU-PF, Varakash, when you speak about the issue of the sovereignty of a country, when Zimbabwe is mentioned, particularly with its own citizens saying it in international fora, that person or any person who speak about that, there is a bill, patriotic bill that was enacted as a law in Zimbabwe, late last year. You know that anyone who is going to speak against Zimbabwe or about Zimbabwe, about bad stuff that is happening in Zimbabwe, that person is committing a crime. I don't know what has Mnangagwa done now. He even went beyond speaking about his own country, but speaking of other countries. Like I said earlier on, Chief, he did not only speak about Zambia. I know I'm also saying that I think even President Chakwera of Malawi must also boycott the SADC, the SADC summit penciled for August, because we don't know what Russia plan behind the doors with Mnangagwa, because these presidents are coming to Zimbabwe. Anything can happen. For those one who still remember the history of Levi Manawasa, who actually, he gets struck on the way to Zimbabwe Special Summit that SADC had called, and from there he did not survive. So we don't know what the plans that Emerson Mnangagwa is planning to do. But I think in that one, it gives us the maybe to move on to the second topic, Chief. I think you touched a bit about this SADC summit. What is the what are the people, what are the citizens saying? I know the churches have come to forward now. They want to demonstrate on the day. Not the churches per se, but citizens, led by some pastors and other people, that they want to demonstrate so that this SADC summit, the SADC can look at the issue of Zimbabwe, harmonized election that happens in 2023. What can you say? What's your comment on that, Chief?
Yeah, DJ, I want to thank those brave pastors that are leading this initiative, and I think they deserve our support. They deserve the support of all citizens, because they are doing something that we are failing to do. They are doing something that everyone else was just quiet about. And I was very worried that why is everyone quiet? Why are we all quiet when we are hearing that SADC is coming to Zimbabwe and they want to make Emerson Mnangagwa the next chairperson for SADC? How could that happen? And how could we allow something like that to happen seriously and honestly? You know, we know what happened on August 23 in 2023. We had an election, a shambolic election that was roundly condemned by all stakeholders, including SADC. They wrote a very damning report confirming that the election was not free, fair, and transparent. And now the same SADC is coming to make Emerson Mnangagwa the chairperson for SADC. How do we allow that to happen? How do we stand by when something like that is being done? You know, we have to, we must express our unhappiness. And the best way to express our unhappiness is to go in the streets, is to have protests. Why are we not having protests in SADC, in SADC countries, in Zambia? We have Zimbabweans in Zambia. Why are we not protesting there? We have the SADC headquarters in Botswana. Why are Zimbabweans in Botswana not protesting? We have South Africa with its problems right now. This is the best time that Zimbabweans that are in South Africa should be protesting and demonstrating and putting pressure on President Ramaphosa and telling him that his support for Emerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF must end, and that SADC summit must not be done, and Emerson Mnangagwa must not become chairperson for SADC.
Yes, thank you so much, Chief. But I just wanted to hear what can you say to the people, Varakash and other, anti-democratic people in Zimbabwe are saying, no, 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 no. The SADC SADC summit must continue on the pretext that it's giving the chairmanship to Zimbabwe rather not Mnangagwa. If anyone was the president of the country, would have been even accorded for that chairmanship. What can you say to those people?
It's nonsense. You know, the difference is the same. You know, we don't care whether the chairmanship is being given to Zimbabwe or to Emerson Mnangagwa. They say it's being given to Zimbabwe, but who becomes the chairperson? The chairperson becomes a person who rigged an election. The chairperson becomes the person who has been violating rights for Zimbabweans. It becomes a chairperson who was condemned by a SADC report saying that he stole the election. Why should that same person become the chairperson for SADC? So however they frame it, it's just a matter of words. It's a matter of semantics. So we don't care whether the chairmanship is coming to Zimbabwe or not. We must express our unhappiness. We don't want it. We don't even want, even if it is being given to Zimbabwe, we don't want it. We don't deserve it. The country doesn't deserve it. Zimbabwe doesn't deserve it. Emerson Mnangagwa doesn't deserve it. So we need to stand up.
Yeah. So definitely, indeed, I think that one is clear. Irregardless of that, it's Zimbabwe's turn to be chair of SADC. Actually, a lot of things now, bring a questionable, a questionable stance on Mnangagwa, and this SADC itself or SADC countries have got something now to say. Particularly if you see what happens in Russia, with the chairperson who is incoming chairperson is speaking to a foreign country on a regional neighbor, actually to be attacked or speaks on the regional neighbor that your enemy is closer to me. That one, I'm sure, is a very serious consideration for the SADC people. I think they need to look at it. Obviously, maybe they are ignorant or they are reluctant to look at the issue of Zimbabwe, rather maybe because they are saying it's an internal process. But now the Mnangagwa has gone external. It's a serious case. But one of the things that I wanted to say, Chief, that we just gathered after Mnangagwa spoke in Russia about the Zambia and Malawi issue, where then I think he was taken again to one of the platform or the podium where I think there were dignitaries or head of states uh, were there. So we also heard that he, he could not understand what the master of ceremony, if not yeah, of the of that sitting, and was speaking about the issue of hyena. Actually, he promised to donate hyenas to to Russia. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about that and I laughed. You know, I mean, kunonzi kuseka nhamo kunge rugare. You know, because we
Yeah.
have a very daft president. Tina president chipukupuku, chitutu
Mm,
chaicho, because hakuna zvakadaro, hakuna munhu akadaro, hakuna president anotaura zvakadaro,
yeah.
anotadza kuisa zvakadaro,
Mm,
zvandakaona, zvandakanzwa achitaura. You know kuti you end up just thinking that Zimbabwe is cursed. How do we have a
mm,
president like that, or someone who calls a president like that? It's embarrassing. You know, it has been a week of embarrassing moments for ZANU PF and Emerson Mnangagwa. Yeah, that's what I can say. It's
mm, mm, mm. Right. Thank you so much for our viewers and listeners. For those who are just joining us, we are live on Change Radio News Review on Sunday, as always, as usual. And we are discussing about what has been transpired throughout the week. For those one who are, like I said, for those one who are still just joining us, we are in this program and we are almost there. Chief, I think one of the most topical issue that has been happening for the past 2 3 weeks now is the issue of South African election. We are entering into probably last week of them to form a government, because as you all know that there was no an outright winner in South Africa, and they are trying to make you know, a, a government through any other means that is possible, through UNU or through a coalition government. But obviously, ANC has proposed through their president, Cyril Ramaphosa, to form a government of national unity. And in Zimbabwe, we also had one government of national unity, in 2013 when Thabo Mbeki was the South African president. He was a mediator between, Zimbabwe and I mean, between Robert Mugabe and Morgan Tsvangirai. And now they are saying, but in South Africa, it's not the situation in Zimbabwe, because GNU only comes when there is a full conflict. So what can we call this? So there are a lot of things that are happening around here, Chief. Before I go into details, do you want to comment anything on that? Then I can tell you what is happening more.
Yeah. You are in South Africa, DJ Prof. So you are better sorted to give us the update, and then I can come in after that. But very interesting developments in South Africa that will definitely have an impact on what is going on in Zimbabwe. So yes,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and tell us what's going on. I'm actually keen to know where the talks are, or the so-called talks are. But my wish is for these other parties to find each other, find themselves, and kick ANC in the butt and
Mm.
get them out. Is there any possibility of that happening?
Yeah, so Chiefs, like I said, that I'm going to give you in details in terms of what is on the public now and what is the news, and obviously the rumors are not spared on that. Obviously, we as Change Radio, we don't rely much on rumors, but we tell you what is on the ground. So what is on the ground as it stands is that it seems like political parties who were invited to form a GNU are not in good books, or they for their own demands that they are having for them to be able to join the GNU. So the first one was DA, who said that they will never join a GNU where MK will be part of that GNU and EFF will be part of that. And the EFF retaliated and said, we are not going to join the GNU where DA will form part of it. And they did not only say only DA as well, they form. There is also a part called Freedom Plus or something like that, of one of they they tend to be white dominant or white monopoly party. So EFF, they said they are not going to form that. What is interesting, Chief, it's like majority of the political parties except MK are saying that they want to form a government with the ANC. But now again, like those semantics and what do we call this? Do we call a GNU or a multi-party government or a coalition? Because they said GNU, according to them, or according to the definition, or according to what they think they believe in, somewhere they're saying GNU it's only happen when there is a conflict between the two parties or between more parties that they are saying they are fighting and they want to resolve things. But here it's a case of forming a government because none of the political parties have, garnered the majority to form a government. Remember, the system that you used in South Africa is different from the system that is used in Zimbabwe, whereby one, if the party did not reach 50%, the top two will go back into rerun. We call it rerun. But here is that they have to form a government, or they have to form a coalition for them to reach a 50% so that they can form a government. What is happening, Chief, here is that if this week passes before any agreement between the political parties, the possibility is very high, and one of the CEOs or one of the leaders or one of the managers at IEC, Independent Election Commission of South Africa, is already put it on public that they are ready to do a rerun of election because that is constitutional. If they do not reach an agreement, those parties, there will be a possibility of going back again to the election. After that will be after the 17th. They don't meet the deadline, they will go back to election, and this election, according to the Constitution of South Africa, supposed to be held within or on before 90 days lapses in South Africa. That's the situation right now that I can tell people that they want to know. But however, there is, like I said, a rumor. There is a rumor that ANC might go in bed with DA and form a government. It has got its own disadvantages, it has got its own advantages. But a lot of South African, particularly the black population, are against the coalition of DA. Obviously, MK has also said that.
But they prefer, do they meet at the 50 plus 1%? They don't,
if
right?
if DA and ANC do a coalition, they will reach 61%. So those are the two political parties that have got more percentage in terms of vote, because DA has got 21% and ANC has got 40%. So 21 and 40, it's 61%. The other parties, obviously, like if ANC going to do a coalition with EFF, they will need another smaller party for them to reach 50%, because EFF got 9%, so it will be 49 point something. That will need another political party again to form a government or to have 50%. If they're going to join, EFF going to join, if ANC rather join with MK, which is as it stands impossible, and it will never happen, because both of them, they are handingati chiko pachishona makara akarimirana munda hazvionani pari zvinezvi, because MK they are saying if ANC want to speak to them, ANC must remove Ramaphosa as a president, and ANC they are saying no, we can't be told by someone to do what our internal process. Whoever want to speak to us must go and speak to the head of head of the political party president, or I mean the former head of state before the election, that is Cyril Ramaphosa. So and obviously that is the one that has got percentage that can make ANC obviously get 50% again, because they have got 15%, so it will be 50 point something percent. Then what is the other political party? This is IFP.
EFF,
IFP,
DJ,
yes,
sorry to interject you. I want you to address this as well. The
yes.
EFF are on record saying they don't want to work with ANC.
No, actually, you remember they come back and say no, in politics now we want to take away our ego because we didn't get a 50%. If the people wanted us to, to not to work with other political parties, they could have give us 50%. What they are only saying is that they can go with the ANC, but they don't want a DA to be part of. So after the ANC has said that the only way to go in South Africa, we need to form a GNU. So GNU, actually, what entails, what they said, according to to their presentation, is that all the political parties, including even the smallest one, the Bossa one, or the what is the El Jamal, all the political parties that have got a seat in parliament, there are 18 of them that formed got any seat in parliament must come to join the GNU. This, it means, Chief, it's a lot of things that are involved there. So it means one, already ANC had lost 71 member of parliament, and we don't know who is not going to parliament or who is going to parliament. In addition to that, if they form GNU, which means they are going to lose more ministerial posts or deputy ministerial posts, or even diplomat for that matter, ambassadors, all those things that have been appointed for a country, they are going to lose them, and it's going to be shared among all the political parties that are going to be in the government. Remember, in our last 2-3 weeks, bulletin, we said that the most people that are powerful now, as it stands, they are small opposition parties, because they are able to make decisions and they are able to demand what they want going forward, because the situation or the atmosphere now, give them the green light to do that, because there's no one who had gained majority in the election. So that's the situation right now, Chief, in South Africa.
Okay, yeah, thank you, DJ Prof. And to those that are just joining us, please continue to share the video with other people. And we also have a link going out. Please do support Change Radio so that we can continue to do all these programs. So the link will be posted right now. It doesn't matter what you can put up. It can be $2, it can be $3, it can be $5, anything that you can. Please do that. We really appreciate your support. We appreciate all those that have subscribed already. I do subscribe to Change Radio, $100 a month, so that we can keep doing our programs. So I encourage everyone who is here to jump on the link right now and subscribe to Change Radio. Also like and share our programs. Yeah, DJ Prof, thank you for that explanation. It's still very intriguing, and I hope we don't have to go to another election. My fear for another election is that ZANU-PF will ZANUize the ANC. ZANU-PF will ZANUize that election. I'm telling you, they will put money into making sure that ANC gets the majority. They will sit the ANC down and tell them, you guys, you need to do something about this. Otherwise, you're going to end up not even be there. And I am pretty sure that ANC then will listen, because this is a very close shave. They didn't expect this result. So if we have to go to another election, it will be, I don't think it will be the same. I'm sure ANC will come back, rig the election with the help of ZANU-PF and get the 50+1%. So I don't understand why these other small parties, and I also don't understand why the MK and also EFF are making it very difficult. Are they so much against the DA that they want the ANC to remain in there? Why can't they join forces with the DA and get rid of ANC and then deal with the DA later on? That's what I would do. They would compromise themselves, or compromise or bend a little bit on their principles just for this term, so that they destroy and get rid of the ANC. And then the DA is a small fish. It's a smaller fish. It's a smaller problem than the ANC. The ANC can easily regroup and strengthen itself, especially if it remains partly in government and their president. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Chief, the what you are seeing it is exactly what I think majority of, or if not a sizable number of Zimbabweans wanted to happen. Actually, Zimbabweans, most of Zimbabweans wanted ANC to be removed from from the political chessboard, like completely, simply because of their role that has been playing in Zimbabwe in terms of maintaining the leadership or the rulership of ZANU-PF by hook or by crook. But unfortunately, Chief, the situation is not in what we all want to happen, because if I refer to the story of the 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 people the people who were on their way to Canaan, biblically so, from Egypt, it was not the people who left Egypt who were the problem. Is hanzi vana vakazvarwa musango, vana vakazvarwa muroad ndo vakaita kuti vanhu vanonokosva Canaan, because they were despising Moses. Problem which is here now is this offshoot of ANC that does not want the other opposition political parties. They will rather maintain the rulership of the hegemon of monopoly of ANC rather than them combined. Previously, we had ANC deputy president saying that they want to remove ANC at all costs, and he said all the opposition parties must join to form a government. Then the ANC must not be seen anywhere close to power. It was just an overnight sleep, and he came out tomorrow morning thinking other way. He's the same person again who is coming back and telling people that we are not going to join a government with the DA because they stole our farms, they stole our land. So it's going to be difficult, Chief, even if the formation of this government. What most of political analysts are saying is that I think the only government that can be sustainable as it stands, sustainable, I'm putting sustainable in court, is between ANC and DA. Any other GNU or any other coalition, Chief, it won't spend 3 months or so, or less, or half a year. We'll be going back to the chessboard of choosing who to coalesce with, or who to have a government of national unity with, because it will be collapsing by that time. So that's the situation right now. They can't, and to answer your question, they can't and they cannot join hands to form a government as opposition parties.
Well, that's interesting and disturbing at the same time.
So that's the situation right now in South Africa, and yeah, I think this coming week will be it will be cracking of jaws a week where people are trying to make things happen because the good thing about these very smaller parties, they are just saying we are waiting to hear from, because imagine someone with only two two MPs in parliament. What are you going to say? You just keep quiet. And today I heard Patricia de Lille, she's the only one. She's only have one candidate and she'll be the only one going to parliament. And she's saying, where must I get the powers to give demands? What am I going to demand? Whatever that is being formed, I'm getting in. So the problem is within three political parties. That is ANC. Oh, actually four rather: ANC, EFF, MK, and DA. Which the two, MK and EFF, the demand is that Ramaphosa must move out of ANC, then they can join the ANC to form a government. On the DA side, they are saying we can go to government, but without without MK. The MK, they have never spoke about DA. It's the EFF who spoke about the DA. But the ANC is saying everyone must come. Let's come on the table and discuss. So I'm hearing that tomorrow there will be a meeting between the ANC and other, the ANC president and other president with the Archbishop. Archbishop is one of the most respected person in South Africa. So there is Archbishop that is going to speak to them. I just heard that. I'm sure the meeting is going to go well, but it's only going to speak to them. All these political parties, what their mantra is that we want to go to coalesce or to go in the government with the government that respect South Africans' will. But it seems like the South African will is being thrown outside the window when the political parties meet and then pick their South African will when they are leaving the meeting venue. So that's the situation now. There are personals coming into the meeting and also to fulfill the political will, and then they come about with a mantra that we want to safeguard the South African will, and the South African will is being preached everywhere to say the South Africans are saying we do not want one government to they have said through the election or through the vote, we do not want one government to run South Africa. We want multi parties to run South Africa. Hence, they did not give any of the political parties a 50+1%.
Well, DJ, I think we've gone through all the topics that we wanted to discuss today.
Yes,
Just say my last words before my back runs out.
yes.
Yes. My biggest takeaway is that the Zambian issue, and I think, like I said earlier, the people of Zambia must be very worried. Um, the Zambian president himself, Hichilema, must be
Mm,
very worried because I don't think Zimbabwe is the best place for him to be, and I don't
mm,
think his safety will be guaranteed by a president who is
mm,
gossiping about the country Zambia in the background. If
mm,
I were Hichilema, I would boycott the SADC summit. And you also said Malawi was mentioned. So Malawi should also consider boycotting the SADC election, the SADC summit in Zimbabwe. And of course, we as Zimbabweans must put pressure on SADC and express our our bitterness, if I may use that word. That
mm,
how can SADC, the same SADC that condemned the election, now be given the chairmanship to the very person that they
mm.
say rigged an election. So
Yeah.
I want to thank the pastors that are leading the protests that are going on, because they've already started in terms of
Mm,
letters that they are writing, that they're distributing. Let's join them, let's support them, and let's also begin to plan something ourselves wherever
mm,
we. so that we can express our displeasure with what SADC is about to do.
Sure, great. Thank you so much, Chief. Let me take this now opportunity to thank our viewers and our listeners from all the channels that they are getting us from. We are Change Radio. We always give you news review every Sunday. I would also encourage everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us everywhere. Thank you so much.
kuti uri pati pararante ayo wakapinga nepiniguro yedu tasimbisa yechinja Change Radio ayo wakabata ramba ochepola ngoma Change Radio nepenyure vanhu ndokwatinodzidzwa nhau dzacho kuchiridzwa mimanzi yacho DJ Proof ndati wedzere mawatsi DJ Proof vaudze munhu wese kundovhota ngapinde mukomana ngapinde chamisa uyo achinge apinda corruption ichapera. We need to change, we want to grow, new Zimbabwe, new beginning. Change Radio nepenyure vanhu ndokwatinodzidzwa nhau dzacho kuchiridzwa mimanzi yacho DJ Proof ndati wedzera mawatsi vari kufamba vachitaura anzi Change Radio tenema vanoshambadza zvekuyepa asi vanenge vachiisa kufumurwa upenyu hwakanaka tese tinohuda nyika yedu yakazara uchi nemukaka ngatipeiwe chidiki uyungana ramangwana redu kuti rive rakajeka. Change Radio nepenyure vanhu ndokwatinodzidzwa nhau dzacho kuchiridzwa mimanzi yacho DJ Proof ndati wedzere mawatsi DJ Proof vaudze munhu wese kundovhota ngapinde mukomana ngapinde chamisa uyo achinge apinda corruption